All right, so I just finished Guns of Avalon, like finished it less than 5 minutes ago. It's great. Um, so I said before this, the first book wasn't that well drawn, that the characters were not that rich, that the language was mostly pedestrian. Absolutely everything is better about the second book. Absolutely everything is better in Guns of Avalon. It also ends far better. Um, we have a beautiful cliffhanger. It's better written. There is just more going on, and the sense of history of place is just a lot richer. This is what happens when you have a continuing series, when you have lore, when it is possible to just put things together. I would recommend Guns of Avalon to anybody who likes fantasy. It is possible to understand the book without having read the first one, but yeah, I would. It's better to know who Corman is reading this first one from having read the first one. We have a lot more relationship, a lot more history. Corwin is a better drawn character. Corwin is still kind of an asshole, but he's just a dick, actually. You get the impression that he's just a dreadful human being with a dreadful history, but then over and over again, it's like, oh, you're being nice, but you really, really get the impression that it's kind of a for once thing. So, yeah, Corwin's long centuries of being trapped on our Earth, on Shadow, and being far from Amber have turned him into a slightly different person, but the slightly different person that he is still a killer who is a noble, who is deeply, deeply concerned by his honor and by his inheritance. This second book has more interesting female characters, and by interesting female characters, I mean Dara and Lorraine. So Lorraine is a love interest who shows up, has a sad backstory, and dies. And Dara is a member of the family, that is, of the blood of Amber, who is slightly confusing, slightly and quite deliberately confusing, and she ties back to Corwin's curse and to these ideas that there is a court of chaos and just backstory that is unexplained. It's great. I highly recommend beginning the Amber series, and I highly recommend Guns of Avalon, but I recommend most of all starting from the beginning. This is a fantastic story to come back to years after you have read it and be like, I kind of remember this. Oh no, wait, this is awesome. So, what's the end here? This is awesome.